has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
So, nothing new going on in Star Wars, right? I mean...
There's a book coming out. New book.
Oh, okay, good. Maybe a comic?
Yeah, what is this, Ron? Is this 2012?
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
Hey!
Hey, yo.
Alright, here we go.
So, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hey, you know what, Ron?
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too.
I want you to know that. But first off, let's say our names.
Oh, we're jumping into it. My name is Ron.
Yeah, my name is JP.
And we are...
Delusions of Granular.com. That's Granular, not Grandeur. You can reach us on Facebook at facebook.com/swdog, or feel free to email us at swdog77@gmail.com. I'm just going to run through this. Or hit us up on Twitter at swdog77. Call in. Please, I'm really into calling in right now. 651-33-SWDOG. That's 651-337-9364. And if you like us, leave an iTunes review. Hey, or Stitcher, whatever the hell that is. A Stitcher review.
Boom. Under a minute.
Yeah,
nice going.
That's done. All right.
On to bigger and better things.
The biggest and best thing, Ron. Hit it.
Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah. You know,
leftovers.
I'm a vegetarian. I didn't
Leftovers.
have any
Oh, no.
I had 4 different...
You didn't have tofurkey?
No, in fact, I was in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, and I had 4 different potato dishes.
Awesome.
At the Thanksgiving out of that.
You know what? That sounds awesome because you know what? I hate Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah?
It's like way too many carbs, not enough veggies.
Of course.
Turkey, like instantly I got up from Thanksgiving dinner table and almost fell over from the just falling asleep.
You know, I really liked when I was a little kid and they would give me the drumstick because it was cute.
Yeah.
But as I got older, they quit giving it to me.
Yeah.
I remember there was a very painful Thanksgiving when I was like 13 or 14 and I went to take the drumstick and someone was like, "Really?"
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Turkey also. I don't care if you've cooked this bird perfectly. It's a dry bird. You gotta smother it in gravy to make it taste good.
Sure.
It's not.
Well, there are
unless you're barbecuing it, I guess, or deep frying it or whatever.
Depends on the cook. I've always wanted to live next door to one of the people who put the thing in the deep fryer.
Yeah, right.
And
yeah, right.
And like they put the frozen one in the deep fryer, and everyone like burns to death. It's like horrible.
It explodes.
Yeah, just because it's like every goddamn year, Ron.
There's always a turkey-related accident. Turkey-related death.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually the figures on it must exist, right? How many people die? Like,
how many people are impaled by a turkey?
How many people eat a piece of bone and choke to death? How many people like burn to death through the deep fryer? Like, I mean, yeah, guys. I'm just saying, as a vegetarian, I never had to deal with that.
Let's be careful out there, people.
Yeah. Oh, woo! Okay.
So, other than that, nothing happened.
I went and saw a movie at the theater.
Oh, so did I.
No, Hunger Games?
No. Big Hero 6.
Oh.
Keeping it Disney.
God, that's horrible.
I know.
But I think there's probably a better reason for you to see Big Hero 6 than other to see, half-assed animation and silly story.
It was both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it.
If I'm going to spend my hard-earned cash, it's going to be to see 88 Seconds of Pure Bliss, which is the Star Wars...
Okay.
I don't know where you're going.
I was going for a Carmen Electra porno joke. But, wow. That's actually weirdly, that's also dated.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Like Carmen Electra?
Well, are there still... I mean, sorry to just step all over everything, but are there still, is there still famous hot porno models and stuff?
I don't know.
Does that exist anymore?
Yeah, Kim Kardashian, right?
Well, there we go. We're back in our era.
Back in 2014.
Okay, 88 Seconds of Pure Bliss. What is it, Ron?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens Teaser!
Okay.
Oh, this is the episode I'm sure our listeners have been dying for us to talk about.
Now, of course, those long-time listeners, you heard our logo title reveal episode.
That's right, where we spent about 90 minutes talking about 3 words.
Yeah, and I think about 15, 20 of those minutes were spent speculating what could possibly be bigger than releasing it attached to The Hobbit.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did speculate that.
No.
And the bigger is releasing it on every movie.
At 30 theaters.
At 30 theaters across the country for 3 days.
And
then nothing.
Simultaneously on Apple iTunes.com.
Yeah, simultaneously on the online.
AppleTrailers.com.
Yeah, right, which immediately was on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube Mirror appeared immediately, yeah.
Immediately.
So...
in HD. It was like, okay.
Yeah, was that?
So, good on you. Way to go, Disney.
Disney did it. Bigger than Hobbit.
Although, I gotta say,
yeah,
no leaks.
Yeah,
did not leak.
You know
did
what?
not leak.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure the guys at Marvel Studios are just rubbing their bums.
Yeah, they
like,
didn't leak. Didn't leak. So you got to give it to them.
Yeah.
You know, but bigger, I don't know.
I was not bigger.
I was in.
That was such a weird half-assed plan.
I was near a theater that I was in walking distance to see it, so it wasn't like it bothered me any. But I'm sure if you were like in,
Cecil, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Cecil, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
you
where
couldn't
some
see
of us
it.
might have been.
Right.
Yeah,
but it did appear online. Like I literally was waiting in line to get into the theater because I went to the first showing and the doors hadn't opened yet. So I'm waiting in there in Chicago weather.
You camped out. Phantom Menace, 1999 style.
Maybe 25-degree weather, Yeah. And there's a line of maybe 10 other idiots in front of me. Right?
Awesome. See,
who may have just been waiting in line to get into the movies, not to see the Phantom Menace, the Force Awakens teaser. They might have been like, well, we're here. Like, it didn't really seem like Star Wars fans, although there was a guy with a big afro and an R2-D2 hoodie.
Sure.
And I was like, I bet you he's here for a reason.
For a reason. I'm jumping in this episode shot out of a cannon because I'm so excited to talk about all the various goddamn things that we finally get to on. But I really want to give the time, the proper respect and time, because you went out, you were one of the loyal few.
Yes.
You went out, you specifically to spend the money to see a movie, not because of the movie, but to see the trailer, just like 1999, Meet Joe Black. Not every Star Wars fan could do this. It's an experience. Also,
on the big screen.
Someone made a really good point that this is an experience that's not going to happen again. We're not going to ever again have this moment where we haven't had Star Wars for a long time because we're going to have it every year from now on.
Right. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment where we have no idea what to expect from this movie.
And also, thank God, Ron, we've got a Gen 1 fan here.
Yeah.
You saw it originally.
Yes.
Then you were one of the wackos who went and saw it at Phantom Menace.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you camp out?
I did not camp out.
You saw the campers, though. You saw them. On the news.
No.
On the news.
No. Here's the sad thing.
Okay, let's hear it.
I was working and I did make my parents wait for tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. And they didn't camp out, but they did have to wait in line for a few. Maybe an hour or so to get tickets.
Well done, Ron.
Yeah.
Loving parents.
Yeah.
So now, finally, you've reached the point where the new trilogy is coming out.
Yes.
And you went out and see.
Tell
us the whole story, Ron, from the beginning.
Let's point out for so this is an 88-second teaser.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think with all said and done, it's like maybe 30 seconds on YouTube.
We could have watched the trailer over 6 times by this point.
Right.
Yes.
So we're going to spend about 3 hours dissecting it in this podcast, just so we give our listeners some idea. Because that's what people are doing.
Oh my god, dude, it's insane. The podcast, we're not going to be those podcasts.
No, we're not. We actually have something more to talk about than just the teaser.
There were goofballs releasing stuff the same day the trailer came out that were 2-hour analyzing.
Minutes after.
And it was 2-hour long podcast, and it's like, You're a jackass.
Jackass. Yeah, we're not going to go that. I mean, I say that we'll end up talking for
what was the
90
podcast?
minutes.
Was that what they were posting on our Facebook wall? There's a podcast that was trying to post on our wall about like.
They were promoting an upcoming episode that they're going to dissect.
And it's
it
like a
for
2-hour long.
Yeah.
Expanded fandom.
Expandiverse. Expandiverse.
Expanding Panda.
Expanding
they were.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what? Yeah, I'm happy to give anyone a plug, but like, don't like derail our Facebook conversations. Just email us and be like, hey,
yeah, just let us know. Don't be spamming us.
Yeah, it's silly.
Don't be spamming us.
Yeah.
We work really hard for our followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
Our money works hard for our followers on Facebook. Okay, so you want to hear about my my little story?
Yeah, I do have a couple questions. Number one, theater. Was it packed? Was there a general buzz of activity?
There was not. It was not a packed theater.
What time did you go?
I went. It was about a 10 o'clock showing in Chicago. So
10 a.m. Central.
10 a.m. Central. So technically, this had already pretty much been viewed. I imagine somewhere in New York.
Right.
An hour before.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I walk up to my theater. Again, I live very close to the theater, so I walked there. I did not drive. Just kind of walked up. 25-degree weather. Typical Chicago weather for this time of year. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Walk up in line. See about I'd say 10 people in front of me.
Yeah.
Again, none of them really look like hardcore Star Wars fans, except for the guy in the R2-D2 hoodie. I figured he was there because of this. Yeah, you can spot that guy.
It's funny though. Are we past the point where people like dress up for things?
Well, I mean,
like
if it's 25 degrees, yeah, probably.
I don't know. You remember Lord of the Rings? Even Harry Potter, especially in the middle period.
People dressed up. Those debuted in the winter months.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. It'll be it'll be
Some
very interesting. I mean, I know you and I have talked about will we have to camp out for will we have to camp out for The Force Awakens when it premieres?
Another
That's
question.
December 18th.
Any trouble getting tickets?
No problem getting tickets.
So I tried twice to go to the local theater here, Regal 14. To go see The Hunger Games with the wife.
Okay.
Opening weekend.
Yes.
Friday night, no go. Couldn't get tickets for 4, 6, or 8.
Right. You were telling me about this.
Tried
there
again
was maybe some conspiracy theory that they were...
conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the theaters that was going to be showing the Star Wars.
Right. So they were saying that all the non-Disney films were sold out, so they were forcing you to go see a Disney film to see the...
Right. Everything was sold out except for Big Hero 6.
Right.
Now, maybe it's a coincidence?
Well, it's no coincidence that they made a deal that the first movie showing on Friday at these 30 theaters was Big Hero 6. Like, Big Hero 6, I think my showing was at like 10:05.
Yeah.
There was no showing of like The Hunger Games or Horrible Bosses 2 or or anything else before 10:05. So if you wanted to be the first one to see it, you had to go see a Disney film.
Isn't that funny? That's like such a marketing like the people in control of, say, when Rebels goes on air, or the story team, or etc., are in such a different galaxy. Than the guy who's like, what we got to do is have it the first showing because that's the one.
Yeah, right.
Because we're gonna just
we'll
nickel and dime and pick up the guys who are the big fans.
We'll give Big Hero 6 a little bit of a bump.
Yeah,
and it's all money. We'll just be it'll be a little bit more money for us to roll around in. Because I'm sure that little bump really didn't mean anything for these execs.
That's my question. Is like, how significant would the bump be?
I don't know. Well, okay.
To go back to your story, you could tell us. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I walk up. I'm in line, and it's chilly out.
Sure.
Right.
25 degrees.
But of course, being the modern person that I am, immediately take off my gloves, pull out my iPhone, start checking the internet.
Yeah.
Right. Checking Facebook, checking YouTube, checking Google, checking Twitter, seeing if I can see the trailer.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, I'm paying $10 to go see it, but I might as well see it before I paid the $10.
Yeah, well, you want to know what to look for
on a little screen, on my little phone.
Well, it kind of makes sense though. You gotta preview it to know that, hey, if you see just a flash of that Sith, hey man, I gotta know to look close at that part of the screen.
I need to know what I'm going to be over analyzing for the next week and a half,
maybe more. Eyelids.
Right. Huh. Immediately, I can pull it up on the internet.
Of course.
Immediately. Right. So
John Boyega had that tweet that it was 10 hours, and I figured the math I did at the time was that in 10 hours would have been 4 a.m. And I was like, where?
Yeah, I didn't. I never followed up on what that tweet was all about. Before I left my house, I could not pull it up.
Yeah.
That's probably the last thing I did before I left.
Yeah.
So in the time that it took me to walk to the theater, say 20 minutes.
Sure.
It debuted online.
Yeah.
Okay. Or at least it appeared online. It debuted at theaters in New York.
Yeah.
Right. So
no, I thought there was 6 a.m. showings in L.A. Is that not true?
I heard 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
But that's still
7 a.m. would be here 9 a.m.
Right.
So it's still before you got the theater.
Right. That's still that's New York time. So it's 7 a.m. is really 7 a.m. California time is.
In New York time, that is 4. No,
9.
It's 3 hours. Yeah. So no, 2 hours.
6, 8.
2 hours to us, 8 to them.
I don't know. Do the math, people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You guys
all I know is in Chicago time, my first viewing of the trailer was basically shivering in line.
Yes.
Watching it on my iPhone with headphones.
Right.
Optimal viewing.
Yes.
Optimal viewing.
Yes.
Right. Of course. And the crazy thing is, I think we live in a tech savvy world.
Of course.
I felt like I was the only one that had figured this out in line.
Because you're only in line though with 10 other people.
Yeah. Nobody else is glued to their phones. They're just kind of what are we doing?
It's spooky, man. It's spooky because I always think that
everyone's connected.
Well, not even that everyone's connected, just that we're all this excited about this thing.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So let's fast forward. I'm like, you know what? I need to see it on the big screen. I did the walk in the cold.
Right.
They let me in. I buy my $10 ticket to see Big Hero 6. Why not?
Big Hero 6. At this point, you start texting me.
Yes.
And I have just watched it in the kitchen with my wife and sister-in-law.
Okay.
And at the point you start texting me, I'm actually watching it again on the toilet. But, not in an erotic way, in a very perfunctory, performing act way.
Right. This is so great. I have to shit.
Yeah. It's
All right, so I watch it a couple more times. I'm texting you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it as I'm sitting in the theater, not paying attention to the usual bullshit. Advertisements, promotions, trailers, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
How much does a human head weigh according to the Jerry Maguire film?
Right.
10 pounds, 12 pounds, 8 pounds.
Right. And in the aisle that I'm sitting in, again, not a packed theater, a lot of empty seats. Nobody was sitting next to me, blah, blah, blah.
Going by the theater by yourself is, it's become at this point the ideal way for you to go.
Also, going to a movie at 10 o'clock in the morning is kind of ideal, too.
I know. Going by yourself at a matinee is perfect.
Yeah.
The only time it gets weird is when you go see something like Up or something. And
you're crying to yourself.
Yeah, you're crying. There's a bunch of little kids all around.
But that's what I'm saying. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. You don't even get the little kids. I think you really just get the fans that are just I'm here to watch a movie.
The fans, the winos, the insomniacs, the freaks.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy in the R2-D2 hoodie.
Yeah.
Right. Who is in my aisle now. Right.
Nice.
Literally sitting in my aisle at the end. I'm in the middle. Optimal viewing for myself. I picked the middle of the theater. Right. He's sitting there on the end of the aisle, watching the trailer over and over again on his phone without headphones.
Yeah.
So now, not only
he's just playing it aloud.
He's just playing it aloud. He's just playing it aloud. All you see is this glow coming from his phone, and you hear the trailer.
Did you guys make an eye contact at all? Did you make
He's not looking up at me. He's glued to his phone. I was trying to make eye contact with him, but no, he's just glued to his phone.
I wish I would have shared this on the JJ episode, but 2009 is when I first started going to theaters by myself.
Yeah.
Because I moved to Virginia for an internship, etc. And I didn't know anybody around there, so I just started going to the movies by myself and found out that like that's awesome because you can actually get there right before the show starts and find a great seat because there's always a seat for one.
Yeah, right.
So I saw Star Trek like that.
Okay.
The JJ one.
Yeah.
And I remember I was sitting like not far from someone else who had like gotten there and I was alone, and like there was a point where the Sulu, the Korean Sulu, busts out a samurai sword and starts fighting, and like we were like so into the movie, I was just like I like let out one of those geek noises where it's just like and like the same time as the other dude did, and, like we looked at each other and it's like no. It was a good like fan bomb moment.
Nice.
So anyway, go on.
So the trailers start not after the usual bullshit of like here's what's going to be playing on ABC Family, you know, like those type of promos.
Nothing makes television look worse than being on a big screen.
You see it on the big screen, right? So the actual trailers start, you know, turn off your cell phones, blah blah blah, you know. Be kind to your fellow viewers that no one paying attention to because everyone's still texting.
No
blah,
one's
blah,
going to defend your rights as this goes on.
Right.
Yeah.
So they start playing trailers.
Yes.
And I swear to God, there must have been about 15 trailers.
It makes sense.
Like literally, like every Disney movie that's going to be coming out between now and 2018, there was a trailer for.
Well, it's funny because you think about it. Disney's both a pioneer and an expert in marketing. I think that's without saying. Right? But no one, at the end of the day, really knows until they do something, right?
Right.
Especially something like this. It's
right.
Like limited release.
Right.
How many Star Wars fans are there? We haven't really dropped our hat at all for this. Like, let's just see what happens, right? Like, so to them, it was like, we might have a pretty low turnout.
Sure.
But maybe.
Yeah, let's load it up.
Yes.
Let's load up the gun here and see if we can hit something.
But according to your story so far, it sounds like it wasn't.
It was not a big crowd, but still. Like,
it wasn't the rabid Phantom Menace crowd. Pre-Phantom Menace crowd.
Not at all. So, but it got to the point, like, they're showing trailer after trailer after trailer. And again, I'm seeing in kids' movies, there's kind of some kids' movies, you know, Minions, blah, blah, blah.
Whatever that is.
Right. Like, it's all, like...
Not having a kid, I'm so not in contact with, like, what the fuck's going on with that kind of stuff.
Oh, well.
I don't know what Minions is. I don't know.
Minions is the whole Despicable Me.
Yeah, I saw those little yellow guys. Yeah. I don't know what they are.
Banana.
Okay.
The banana is the kind of catchfrieze in that. But whatever. They're yellow and they eat...
Bananas?
No.
Yeah. Gwen Stefani got there first. Sorry.
They're yellow and they like to eat bananas.
Oh,
get it? Ha ha ha. Kids like it. Whatever.
Funny.
Anyway, it's getting to the point where I'm like, they're not going to show the Star Wars trailer. Like, they've shown every
panic.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little sweaty. Oh my God, I've just wasted my life. Right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh no, they're waiting until the last one, the lights are going to go down, and that's when they're going to be like, boom, bitches, right? No, the lights don't go down.
Because at this point, you're thinking well, no, you're not. You already watched it.
I've already watched it.
I was going to say, you're thinking you're going to see Luke Skywalker, but you don't.
No, you don't, right. You don't. But, like, the lights don't go down, and the last trailer is the trailer, okay? The teaser.
Sure.
The teaser. Let's call it what it is, the teaser, right?
Or it's like some people have been calling trailer for a trailer.
Yeah.
That's
what Entertainment Tonight does. The trailer before the trailer. This was a legitimate teaser.
Yeah.
Like,
that is what Entertainment Tonight does. Where they show you like clips of
the trailer. Yeah.
Ugh.
Fuck Entertainment Tonight.
It's so horrible.
Yeah. So the trailer plays and it, you know, all 88 seconds of it plays, and at the end you get this. And everyone's like, not everyone. Not everyone. There was just like there was this like
kind of a slow clap. Yeah.
And then our people started to.
So it was kind of like
and there was probably maybe, you know, I'd say 20 people clapping.
Out of how many are in the theater, you think? 60, 80, 100?
25.
Yeah,
30. I'm
not a full theater.
Let's say 20 people out of like 50 people.
Let's do a percentage. What percentage of the theater is filled? 75%?
No, not at all.
50.
A third, maybe. A third, maybe.
33.
Yeah.
33.
Yeah.
The midget.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a third of that was clapping.
Wow. A third of the midget.
I didn't clap. I didn't actually clap.
It's hard. You know what?
Because I'm like, what am I clapping? Who am I clapping for?
I'm not into the... Like, I am so into...
The projectionist? He doesn't care. He's watched us 15 times already.
Are there projectionists anymore?
I don't know. The computer up at the top. Hal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hal. Yeah. I don't clap for theater.
JJ wasn't in the audience. He didn't care.
Yeah. I enjoyed, like... It's weird. If you go to a movie, the right movie with the right audience, it can be an awesome experience.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so rare, though.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't clap for.
No.
I don't clap for movies.
Right. But I mean, it was nice that it got some claps. I'm like, okay, people are digging it.
Sure.
People are okay, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, you know, like.
Didn't you watch Big Hero 6? That's what
watch Big Hero 6.
Did
I didn't
play it
stick
again
around.
afterwards?
I didn't stick around.
Wait, you didn't stick around with the classic Marvel after the
I did
credits
not.
sequence?
I refuse to do those.
Really?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah.
Just because it gives you something to watch at home, or
Yeah, kind
or
of.
you'll just figure I'll catch it on Slash Film. Or
Yeah,
something?
usually I'm like, I gotta pee.
Oh.
Gotta pee.
Oh.
Right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
fair.
I didn't stick around. I figured, well, I can watch it like
course.
Like on my phone.
Yeah, I've
if
already
I wanna
watched
see
it like 5-10
yeah,
times.
right.
So
if I want to see it
again,
again, I can watch it on my phone. So
When I go
that's,
home, I'll go to
and
my
that's
big
what I did.
computer and
Like I got out of the show. I'm like, okay, let's watch it again before I make my walk home.
So, any more analysis of the viewing experience of the special 30 theaters only? Many fans are listening right now.
Yeah.
Not many fans of the franchise, not the show. Many listeners have not gotten the chance to see it in the big screen. Do you have any takeaways of what the experience was that they missed out on?
I would say you're missing out on the big screen experience. Like as much as I'm like criticizing Disney for being like, well, we want to make it bigger, so we're only going to release on
Silly.
30 screen, 30
not
theaters,
bigger.
right?
Yeah.
They did accomplish like there were no leaks,
Right.
and they managed to release it the way they wanted it to be released, right? And the way they wanted it to be released was, hey, go see it on the big screen. Like, yeah, you can go see it online, but like, go see a movie this weekend. Like, not only are they promoting like, hey, go see the Star Wars teaser, but hey, go see a movie.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And I respect that. Like, you know, like the movie going experience has definitely been taking a hit in the last few years. Like, you know, but they're like, hey, if you really want to see this thing in its true glory, go see it in a movie.
They made it available to those people.
Right.
So, as one of the chosen few who got to see it like that, you described to me a couple shots that you said were super beneficial seeing it.
Yeah.
What were the? I mean, I think we all know the big shot, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's okay. So I had already seen it on my little phone with my headphones on.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, good,
Carmen Electra,
good.
money shots.
Money shots, yes.
Yes.
It was good, you know. I'm like, all right, nothing there is like throwing me off or, you know, it's like, oh my God, raping my childhood again. Thanks, JJ. Yeah. Right? Nothing there, right? Watching it on the big screen, like the big moment. Yeah. The big moment, especially for a Gen 1 fan. The light. Yeah. Boom. Star Wars fanfare, Falcon doing loop-the-loops, TIE fighters coming at it. Like, my tingly all over, like, goosebumps, like, that's it. Because, like, I mean, the trailer is made to be like, just crank that bitch up and listen to the full theme hitting you full on in the face. Like, that's, I mean, that is truly the moment. And you know, you get glimpses of, or hints of the Star Wars theme, you know, the music. I'm talking about strictly the music.
Yes.
Right? You get hints of that prior to the Falcon.
Would this be a good time to kind of transition into the music talk?
Absolutely.
So, this is new, right? This is new music. I mean,
it is newly recorded music. Yes, it's playing off of themes, but apparently, yes, that John Williams did record completely new music for this. And it starts immediately. Like, you get the shock of John Boyega kind of popping up on screen.
Right.
Right.
We're just assuming. We're not going to go shot by shot.
Yeah, we're not. I'm sure you've seen this more times than we have.
You've listened to a lot of other podcasts.
John Boyega pops up on screen from the bottom, and he's panicked, and immediately the theme, the music kicks in. Is just very like agitated. Ting, Yeah. And it's like, oh my God! I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, you're panicked. He's panicked. What? Where am I? Right. And it goes from there, and I mean, what else did you have to say about the music? Because, like, for me, it's like
it was acceptable Star Wars music.
I don't really hear any music until that moment where it's like the light, pause, beat, boom, Falcon.
Well, there's like a kind of a building.
There's a building, but it's not like, oh, I'm hearing,
Well, in the era of Hans Zimmer and stuff, where it's a lot of like just repetitive.
Yeah, it's single notes being played.
Sure.
Kind of. Yeah, it's not like full symphony here.
No,
right.
But it's I'm the thing is I'm not a massive I can't really necessarily pick out music like that very well.
Right.
So, but it's something people have been talking about, so I want to touch on it. The John Boyega shot.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a awesome thing, both in terms of just like it was unexpected.
Yeah.
And B, it was as if they couldn't put above the title J.J. Abrams' Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Sure. Because it feels very J.J. Abrams.
So J.J. just put a visual signature right at the front, as if to say, "Look, this is Star Wars.
This is mine.
But I'm making this, and it's going to feel like a movie I made because I made it."
Sure.
So, if you can't handle that, turn back now. Like right here, because it was just such the way it was edited. I saw a lot of people say things that were everything from shock to bordering on racism.
Well, yeah, there's definitely John Boyega's been like, stormtroopers are black, get over it.
He had to address it.
Yeah,
Isn't that bizarre?
It's
in 2014 you would think,
which is hilarious because a behind the scenes photo from Star Wars or Empire popped up, and it's a bunch of stormtroopers behind the scenes with their helmets off, and it's all black guys.
Right.
Although
I did like the meme going around that had him where it's like the blank, and then he pops up. And it's like, those were the droids we were looking for.
That's pretty hilarious.
Pretty goddamn funny.
There is a great GIF online that I had a really hard time finding again. Somebody posted in the comments.
Yeah.
And him popping up from the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Mirrors a shot in A New Hope.
Ring
theory. Seriously.
Ring theory.
So when they're
2015, we got to get that episode off the ground.
We do, yeah. We have to talk to our man. We have to talk to our man and get him on the phone, because he can explain it much more than us two knuckleheads can.
I look forward to him, that guy.
Yeah. But the shot in A New Hope where the stormtroopers are on Tatooine and they're like, "Look, sir, droids," right?
Yeah.
Same exact shot. The stormtrooper comes up from the bottom of the screen because he's bent over picking up the gear.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, sir, droid pops up, and they play the two gifs side by side, and it is exact.
Whoa.
It is exact. They both pop up the same way.
That's cool.
And that's the thing I don't think people have talked about on the internet about this teaser that I wanted to talk about, is I feel like the camera work in this teaser, and maybe in the movie in general, is very intentional.
Sure.
It's very intentional. We have John Boyega popping up unexpectedly, right? And immediately turning his back to the camera.
Right.
Right? Then we have the droid going kind of sideways across the camera.
Yeah.
Sideways across, pans.
Going right to left.
Which
is the wrong way if you're in a Western country.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Then we have Daisy Ridley, again, driving off away from the camera.
Looking very cute.
Yeah.
She's just adorable.
Yeah.
I'm into this new Daisy Ridley thing. I'm sold now.
Yeah. But she also drives away from the camera in her little...
True.
In her
also
fudgicle
right
speeder bike. Yeah. All right? And then we get... what do we get? Do we get Oscar Isaac?
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac's
okay.
next.
They are flying from left to right now.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Opposite
and
the shot.
It starts with, you pointed out that he does that weird...
He does a
weird
reach.
shot where his
he
hands
reaches up,
around.
you know.
We said we weren't going to do this, Ron.
No, I know. Well, we're not doing... But I was just like, I'm comparing the camera shots because, like, we see the back of things. We see, instead of... Like, we had a leak or a potential leak prior to the trailer where somebody had... there was a GIF leaked... of the Falcon coming at the screen.
Oh, that wasn't official?
That was not official.
Wow, I thought that was
somebody
official.
did that. No, because it didn't show up in the trailer.
Oh, we didn't.
Right?
Yeah.
But there was the Falcon coming at the screen, and we didn't get any of that. Everything
I thought that was the teaser of the teaser GIF release.
No.
Oh,
somebody created it. But like I thought
they
it was.
They got the thing right, the radar.
They did get the radar dish right. Yeah. But that was also leaked in one of the set photos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So.
But
what's real?
But everything is kind of moving away from the camera. You know, the Falcon flying away from the camera. You have the Sith walking, his back to the camera. Like everything is moving away, and I feel like that's, your eye is going with them, so it's drawing you into the picture instead of being pushed out.
Sure, you're like chasing the story.
Yeah, you're going into the scenes.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
So I thought that was very intentional on JJ's part to kind of create this subliminal camera usage.
Right.
That I don't think people have touched on. I haven't heard anything touch on it, but it's like, everyone's overanalyzing these things. What do we have new here that we can overanalyze? And that's my thought on this was just the camera work seemed very intentional.
Good work, Ron. Man in the field, Ron.
That's right. So other than that, what do we have to say?
I just want to talk about the rumor. I just want to talk about that goddamn leaked rumor.
I know.
That's all I want to talk about.
I just want to say this right away.
Yeah.
Before we get to that.
Let's do reactions. Yeah.
Well, let's get to our reactions and then just one special reaction.
Okay.
So your reaction?
My reaction, as everything I encounter new with Star Wars, I have to weigh it against the scales. So my first reaction was acceptable.
Okay.
That's what you
texted me.
Yeah,
yes.
I was like, this.
And I was like, what the fuck are you mean acceptable?
You're like, it's 25 degrees weather.
I had to go to the washroom and change my pants.
I looked at it and I was just like, this does not offend me. This seems like Star Wars. Okay. And then I had to watch it about 10 more times, and it was like, yeah, this could work. Yeah. This could really work. Yeah. Like, there's a lot I liked. I know that the Millennium Falcon was a big shot for you.
Yes.
Less so for me.
Sure.
My buddy Ryan, member of my peer group, we were talking about it, and what we were actually most excited about was just seeing new things feel Star Wars, such as seeing the roller droid. The little
the soccer ball droid.
Yeah.
Yep.
We dug that.
Yep.
And the other big thing that was cool was I'm losing. What's the other big new thing? Not the Tri-Blade. I thought Tri-Blade was cool.
Tri-Blade, yeah.
Yeah, because they leaked that before.
Yeah.
Which I would never had a real problem with it.
Right.
But seeing the way it moved and stuff, I was totally on board.
The speeder bike.
The speeder's cool, but no, there was something else I dug.
The X-Wings going across the water.
I thought that was very pretty.
Yeah.
As far as ship porn goes, I actually liked that shot better than because also I didn't see it on the big screen. Sure. How did the Falcon look on the big screen? Because on my phone and my computer, it looks a little. Someone made the point. A lot of people made the point that's like, practical effects. But everyone's made the point that like it looks CG. It's shiny. Which is just the nature of things today.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like it's not shiny.
Sure.
It just is like we're viewing something in HD now instead of
exactly.
You can see details on the Falcon that you couldn't see before.
Of course.
And to me, as we all have, we've watched this trailer, dozens, if not more times.
Yes, ad infinitum.
The camera work on the Falcon shot alone and the moves that the Falcon's making, it disorients me a little bit. I can't.
You're trying. Did you watch the stabilized version yet?
No.
I haven't either.
No, but I can't quite figure out like what the Falcon's move is making, because I'm like, okay, there's the sky. Oh, now it's almost hitting the ground. Oh, right. And then TIE fighters are coming right at it. Like right. It's a roller coaster ride, and on the big screen, because there's more screen for your eyes to kind of comprehend.
Right.
Like you don't. On the big screen, you don't notice that, oh my God, this Falcon looks too clean or too shiny. You're just like, oh my God, it's the Falcon, and what the hell's going on? Like,
sure.
It's literally like you're on a roller coaster ride.
Visual spectacle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what you want from Star Wars.
Right. So,
especially in the scenes of the Falcon.
Yeah. So
Acceptable.
Okay.
So, yeah. I was on board. Yeah, basically, I sold myself. I was on board. And then I don't want to transition yet, but a few days passing, my enthusiasm's been kind of like, yeah, I'm pretty good. But alternately, Rebels and this and that, right. And I'm kind of just like, the center might not hold. Go on. And then, but let's get your reaction.
My reaction is totally love it.
Right.
Totally love it.
Right.
I really do. I mean, the Falcon being the highlight of it.
Sure.
For me.
Sure.
The soccer ball droid.
Yes.
And even the Daisy Ridley on the speeder bike.
Yeah.
I really like those because I feel like those are callbacks to the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, in a weird way. Yeah, totally.
And I like that. Like, I'm not against that.
I think that's what I liked too. Was that there was something
that all feel like old.
Yeah, they kept pushing so hard. My biggest fear was they kept being like, OT. This is going to feel so OT, you're going to fucking think it's 1977.
Yeah, no.
And I'm glad it's not.
It's not, yeah. So I really loved all of that. Didn't have a problem with anything, have listened, read everyone else's reaction to this and overanalyzation of everything.
Sure.
And, some people have valid points, but my favorite reaction to all of this was the Stephen Colbert report.
Right.
Where he basically,
he
basically is like taking head on the lightsaber controversy that we see in it, the tri-blade.
Yeah.
And basically tells everyone to shut the fuck up, that it all makes sense, and basically Steve Colbert is like, I am the #1 Star Wars fan, and I love this, so you all need to get on board with me because I love it, and I've seen Star Wars before anyone else.
And I think the biggest point still exists that, it looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Guess what? Lightsabers are an impractical weapon to begin with.
Yes. And this is something that, okay. Two things. Number one, just jump into the lightsaber thing real quick. I like the fact that it's right away everyone gets the sense it's very knightly. Yeah. It's very Court of the Round Table,
right.
Arthur Knights.
Right.
And it's interesting because Jedi Knights have always been called knights, but they've always been treated more of an Eastern type of thing, right? More of a Buddhist monk, more of a Shaolin type, or samurai perhaps. It's cool seeing a knight thing. It looks like it's a questing knight type thing.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Yes.
But I guess the fallout I had, the backlash in my own mind I had of the trailer was, it's not Star Wars. It's Star Wars, but it's not the 6 movies we had. It's not the Clone Wars. There's no George Lucas.
Right.
And this is a different filmmaker who's going to be it's going to feel not like Star Trek per se, and exactly like Star Trek, but it's going to feel like it's a movie made by J.J. Abrams because inherently it has to. It's made by J.J. Abrams.
Right.
It's the only way he knows how to make movies.
Just as a Rian Johnson movie will feel like a Rian Johnson movie.
Exactly. And I spent about 3 or 4 days mulling that over.
Sure.
In various states of I don't know. And you and I had a really good conversation that we probably should have saved for the podcast about all that.
Right.
But ultimately, it kind of came down to this thing that, here's the deal. Do I want Star Wars to go forward or not? If I don't, I can tune out. I can stop doing the podcast, or I can just do the retro corner of the podcast, and that's it.
Right.
But if I wanted to go forward, new filmmakers have to contribute new ideas, and they have to contribute their own creativity. Otherwise, it's stagnant.
Right.
The water becomes stagnant.
Yes.
Undrinkable.
Yes.
So after I finally got over that, because he does sign it, essentially. It's like, this is J.J. Abrams' joint.
Yeah, right.
So after I got over that, and I was like, okay. I still didn't feel 100%, but then you sent me that rumor.
Yeah. So, folks, we want to transition over because we have more to talk about than just 3 hours analyzation of the teaser.
Yes. We also have analyzation of a 4chan post.
Yeah. So, folks, I know that if you are a loyal listener or a new listener to SW Dog and you don't know this, we are always we don't give a shit about spoilers. We talk about it. We talk about spoilers without giving a warning. We just like to talk about Star Wars. And if you're listening to us, you know that. If you're new to the show, be warned right now. We've gotten our hands on what is being referred to as mega spoilers for the Force Awakens.
So the story is that other sites won't publish it because they think it's too real.
Yeah. So
Star Wars Underground, not afraid to.
Star Wars Underground is not afraid to. I originally saw this on galacticnews1.com.
Oh.
But it was also, a repost from 4chan.
That's the beauty of it, is that, and they call us out in the comments on Star Wars Underworld too, is that a lot of people who are posting it are referring to it like our inside source, and the inside source is 4chan.
Well, before we get into what the fuck 4chan is for a second,
sure.
Let's just say this right now, folks. When we're moving forward in this episode, we're going to talk about this rumor, and this is not just your usual run-of-the-mill rumor. This is the rumor that really connects the dots for what we feel is quite possibly the full plot, or at least a good 75% of the plot for The Force Awakens.
But once again, it could also just be really well-written fanfic that incorporates various elements of other rumors we've had.
True. These are still just rumors.
There's nothing to substantiate any of this.
But I think when we both read this, we both felt like this was very much...
If it's fanfic,
real.
It's really fun.
It's really
fanfic.
damn.
I really like it.
Really damn real, and it really gives a very good explanation of who the hell all these characters are. At least, again, 75% of the characters, the new actors in the movie, the old actors in the movie, gives a rundown of who everybody is and how they're all connecting up. So again, we're not a podcast where we warn people of spoilers, but we're warning you from this point forward. Spoilers for potentially real rumors.
Yeah, and
potentially real rumors.
And when you say something like that, it's just like, how silly. Let's just continue.
It's silly. Yeah, it's silly.
So the thing is, also, we're not going to read the whole rumor.
No,
it's long as hell.
It's long. And
but you know where to find it. We told you where it's at. So
yeah, it connects the dots.
We're just going to talk about it as if you know it.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
It's posted originally on 4chan.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now,
what is?
I feel like I'm fairly internet savvy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, I have a job where I design websites for a living, so I'm going to ask the question.
Sure, say it.
What the hell's 4chan?
4chan is kind of like Reddit, but less designed and less moderated.
Okay. All right. See, for me, here's my take on 4chan.
Right.
Okay. A few things. Asian porn.
Asian porn. I mean, why don't you just say it, Ron? It's rape porn.
Rape porn.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
It seems like a seedy place.
Highly illegal. Right. Everything. Again, this is my impression of what 4chan is.
Yes.
Highly illegal.
Of course.
Your source for rape porn.
Right.
And LOL cats and I has cheeseburger.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Lol cats and rape porn.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like it is 4chan is the similar to the Pirate Bay, where it is off the shoreline off the coast of Sweden somewhere.
I don't know. Yeah.
And also,
I guess.
does Sweden have a coast?
I don't know.
I don't know. But I feel like it's out in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, pirate radio
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where this is being hosted.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
I don't know if this world exists, but that's my impression of it.
Mm-hmm.
That
sounds accurate.
That Pirate Bay and 4chan are on these kind of
Julian Assange is on a
man-made
tugboat next to them.
Islands. That nobody, international waters that nobody can,
Kim.com kind of is in like a Zeppelin above it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
it's all right. Yeah.
And to me, that makes this rumor even more so true because, your Slash Film, your Making Star Wars.net, they're not posting this stuff because they don't want to get their asses sued. Oh yeah, by Disney.
I think less than getting sued. I think it's they don't want to get their access restricted.
Exactly.
They want to get to go on that set tour.
Yeah.
Peter loves that set tour.
Yeah. So they're not posting this shit, but 4chan is the source, and 4chan, because of its dubious nature, they can get away with it because nobody's like, who's going to go after an anonymous user on 4chan? They're not going to be able to find them because they're out in the middle of international waters.
Yeah, Julian Assange has a tri-bladed lightsaber and will defend them.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, should we jump into this?
None of us expose our ignorance about the internet.
Right. And the fact that, folks, this might be the last SW Dog episode you ever hear.
Yeah.
We may be in jail after this.
Yeah, four-fingered bruise on both of our throats.
The 4chan fingers will...
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking the Mickey Mouse fingers.
Oh, yeah, right.
4chan on one. Anyhow. Max on Side Owl, Boba Fett.
They don't actually come out and say that.
Read to the lines, man! Follow the money!
So, they're saying that the crawl for this is going to pick up with the fact that the war has never ended.
Yeah, 30, 40 years. Endor was a kind of, what would you call that, Pyrrhic victory where they killed the leaders, so there's this power vacuum, but they were still extremely well-funded. There's still a lot of people. The rebels were actually pretty ragtag, so it just made it so that they were equal.
Yes.
It didn't make it so they could win.
Right.
So it's been 30 or 40 years of war.
Yeah, of war.
True war.
War, tiring, drawn-out war that everybody is tired of.
What's it good for?
Yeah, right. So that puts us in the state of mind of these characters. You have a Han Solo, a Leia, Luke Skywalker, who have been fighting this war and are tired.
And here's the beauty of this rumor, though, is they don't tell you anything about their marital status.
No, right.
This rumor is wonderful, and I feel like we didn't spoil awareness at all because it doesn't tell you anything.
It tells you everything and tells you nothing.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's if it's fanfic, it's so well crafted.
Right.
Yeah. And if it's real, it's so merciful too. Because I'm still excited to see the movie.
And it picks up on other rumors that we've heard.
Yeah.
It says Chewbacca has a robotic arm.
Sure.
Okay, because they've been fighting in a war for 30 some years. He lost an arm. Okay, sure, plausible. Boyega. John Boyega, who we've seen wears a stormtrooper outfit.
Yes.
Is actually a stormtrooper that's trying to defect.
He's defecting
from the Empire because he's tired of this. Because they go in and torch a innocent
He's
village.
In a Hotel Rwanda situation.
Yeah.
He decides to switch sides.
So he ends up, and the beauty of this this site that's posting these rumors, they've linked to actual concept art. So
it really helps back up the story.
Yeah. So Boyega steals a TIE fighter and it crashes in the desert. And here's a picture of what that concept art looks like with a wrecked TIE fighter in the desert. So either this has been done by a very elaborate fan.
I've always been suspicious of that AT-AT fighter in the desert.
Sure.
That's what we're talking about, right?
No, we're talking about John Boyega's TIE Fighter crashed.
Oh, I didn't care about that. Yeah, that was what it was. I assume I will see a TIE Fighter crash in the movie.
Oh, I don't know. I don't assume that. Gwendolyn Christie, who we all know and love from Game of Thrones.
Yes, Brienne of Tarth.
Is a Inquisitor, and she is hunting down the John Boyega character.
Right, yeah, because he's defected.
Right.
And once again, the rumor's vague. We don't actually know who she's hunting.
Right. And all of this...
Also, they imply that there's multiple Inquisitors.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff is stuff that if you've been following rumors, you've heard inklings of this.
Yeah, she's the super chrome stormtrooper we've talked about for months now.
Right.
So with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Now, before you gloss over that, let's.
All right.
I want to stop and talk about all these points.
Okay.
The Inquisitor thing.
Yeah.
I like it for 3 reasons.
Yes.
Number 1. At first, I was like, I don't like helpers, Ron. I don't like inserting new bits of hierarchy for no reason.
Sure.
But if Darth Vader's dead and he's been the number one, he's your Patton, right? He's your MacArthur. He's your signal post of being the rebels need to be afraid because we've got fucking Darth Vader who killed the Jedi.
Sure.
He dies, you're going to want to make a new one.
Sure.
So whether she's force sensitive or not, you can make up a jury-rigged lightsaber-esque weapon and make a super stormtrooper who's a well-trained person, and they're your new bulldog, right? So that made sense to me. I dug that.
Also plays into the teaser where we see this lightsaber that clearly is not functioning as properly as the lightsabers we've seen in the past. Mm-hmm. Possibly a scrapped together lightsaber made by someone who's not trained.
Which actually, I like also plays with the Clone Wars stuff with the Darksabers,
Right.
Which is always kind of glitchy.
Right.
Okay, the other thing I like about her as this Inquisitor is that the other Inquisitor we've met is from Rebels, and this looks nothing like that Inquisitor.
Right.
And to me, it's kind of almost just shitting on that. This rumor, if true, just shits on Rebels so much where it's we're definitely not taking our cues from the Disney XD cartoon.
Right. Although they are, because they're the ones that introduced the Inquisitor idea.
Yeah, but I don't get the impression that the Inquisitor... I mean, they mention it in the rumor here, but it seems like supposition, not from the post.
Right.
That, I don't get the impression that the Inquisitors were around when Darth Vader was. Mm-hmm. Maybe. If so, I do think that's kind of lame. If that's true, I think it's lame.
But that's canon. The Inquisitor on Rebels is around when Darth Vader
Well, as we've talked about before, Ron, there's canon.
You're just not accepting.
There's canon.
You're just not accepting real canon, sir.
There's canon.
You can't handle the truth.
There's canon and there's canon, right?
You can't handle the
We've
truth.
talked about that. I mean, if we're going to accept that, we got to accept the Darth Maul comic.
We can't. Well, we are.
And we got to accept that Darth Vader went back to Jabba's palace.
We are. That hasn't happened yet.
Well, it's going to happen.
Well,
we saw the previews.
It hasn't happened yet. All right.
Okay.
Are we done talking about the Inquisitors?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I had 3 points. I only had 2.
Okay. So let's talk about the Daisy Ridley character.
Daisy Ridley lives with Boba Fett.
Well, she lives with Max von Sydow.
Right.
Who's
playing Boba Fett?
Max von Sydow is
Boba Fett.
Max von Sydow is a broken man from the prequel era who has become mostly cyber.
Let's think. Who could that be? C.O. Bibble? No. Bail Organa? No, playing Blue.
Well, wait.
Could be.
Could be
Bail Organa. He looks a little pasty to play Bail, though.
Well, we don't know what he looks like. He could be. He
You're
could
gonna
have
put him in brown face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Charlton Heston in The Third Man.
I did talk to someone.
No,
today.
Touch of Evil. Sorry.
I did talk to someone today. We had a funny conversation about because we were trying to figure it out. Because the big thing is everyone's jumping to he's playing Boba Fett. Boba Fett got out of the
Is everyone jumping to that? Because I didn't jump to that.
Everyone's jumping to this, Ron. Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone on 4chan's jumping.
Everyone who's also jumping into...
Everyone that watches rape porn knows this, Ron. We all know it. No. So, basically, everyone's assuming this because he's supposed to be mostly cybernetic, and that would kind of make... And he's on Tatooine. Right. And he's from the prequel era.
Sure.
So...
But he died on...
In the Sarlacc pit.
In the Sarlacc pit.
And that's why he's mostly mostly cybernetic.
Holy shit.
He
I didn't even think about
blew his way out, blew off a leg on the way out, whatever, and that's why he's mostly cybernetic now. And that's why he's still on Tatooine.
Oh,
right?
Fascinating.
So,
well, okay, so...
No. Hold on. So I'm never one to rush into these things, Ron. I thought that too right away. I was like, Boba Fett. And then I was like, wait, who else could it be? C.O. Bibble, Bail Organa. And I was like...
clone.
Could be a clone.
Clone.
Now, or Darth Maul. They fucking put Max von Sydow in that makeup, that black and red makeup, put the horns on him. This old school Ingmar Bergman, well-respected actor. Now act.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so this
and that would actually fit.
No, it doesn't.
No, sure, because they say he might have
Sith.
They say he has Sith ties, but isn't Sith. That would be Darth Maul.
According to this rumor on 4chan.
Yeah, we should give everybody the facts before.
Rumor on 4chan.
Right, the facts of the rumor.
It says, Sydow is a broken man from the prequel era that has become mostly cyborg. He is not Force sensitive.
Right.
Okay?
Sure.
Darth Maul is Force sensitive.
Well, Boba Fett isn't.
Right. And for some reason collects artifacts that we've seen at critical points in the previous films, particularly ones related to the Jedi and the Sith. Boba Fett, if we all know from our little action figures, collects Wookiee hides.
He collects more
Pelts.
than Wookiee hides.
Pelts.
He collects artifacts from the get-go. Attack of the Clones, he collects his dad's helmet.
That's true.
With the head still in it. Question mark.
So what they're saying here is that Kira, the Daisy Ridley character, is living with Max von Sydow on Tatooine. Okay?
Right.
As kind of scavengers. Right? Junk collectors.
Yes.
Kind of
they
like
live in the hollowed out AT-AT.
Living a hollowed out walker. Which plays into the whole, the war's been going on for a long time. There's a lot of wreckage everywhere.
Someone was asking why an AT-AT would be on Tatooine, and someone made the point that it's an all-terrain...
All-terrain... something or other. All-terrain.
It's
that's what it stands for.
Yeah.
All-terrain, I said all-terrain.
Named by the Department of Redundancy from the Department of Redundancy. Yeah.
Also, again, spoiler, folks.
Yes.
They are saying that in the second act... okay, well, before I go into the specifics of the acts. So, let's tie this all together. Boyega defects.
Sure.
Crash lands on Tatooine.
Right.
Daisy Ridley sees smoke off in the distance, goes, checks it out, rescues Boyega, takes him back to... her little fortress area, where she lives.
Yeah,
farm,
with her old cyborg
with her old cyborg man. And along the way, they've also found because Max von Sydow, the character, collects old artifacts, have found an old lightsaber that probably belongs to Luke Skywalker. Right? They need to... Kira is Force sensitive, as is Boyega. So they are...
drawn to each other by the Force.
Also want to find a Jedi Master to be trained.
Hey, I'm moving stuff with my mind. Hey, I'm moving stuff with my mind.
Right.
Let's make out and find a Jedi Master.
They want to. They need to search out transport off of Tatooine.
Hit the pause button on that. No, not for real.
Oh, okay.
Hit the pause button on the conversation. So we once again glossed over this.
Yes.
If it's Boba Fett, which we're all thinking it might be.
I'm not. But go on.
But if it is Boba Fett.
But I'm not. Go on.
And she is... We already covered Daisy Ridley is supposed to be a solo.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
I was getting at.
Well, why did you bury the lead? I mean, just put it out there. Daisy Ridley is supposed to be...
They're looking to get off planet. And how do you get off planet? You find
She calls her mom and dad.
You find a person who can get you off planet without any Imperial entanglements.
Oh.
Han Solo and Chewie. Right? They hire Han Solo and Chewie to go find the lights.
See, this is where the rumor starts to fall apart.
It does fall apart.
Like, that's goofballs. It's like...
Well, and it is in the second act that it's revealed that, Kira is actually the daughter of Han and Leia.
Yeah,
right?
Which is like such a great reveal.
Right.
So the question here is, if she's the daughter of Leia and Han, everyone's been saying, like, why is she not with her parents, blah, blah, blah.
She's been hiding out because to. It talks about that. It says that basically she's hiding out because to be known as a solo would basically put her in danger.
Whatever, dumb, silly. Well, so what are the solos doing?
Well, they're solos. They can't hide. They're famous.
Yeah. So why, if they're protected, then why don't they keep her with her? So I would say there's a million ways to write out of that. You know, she's a rebellious teenage girl. Literally a trillion ways.
Probably maybe estranged from her
trillion ways to write that she ran away from home or something.
Right.
So the more interesting thing to me is if it's Boba Fett.
Yes.
Boba Fett is now in possession of, theoretically, one of his more hated enemies' daughter.
Yes. Right.
The man who put him in the Sarlacc pit.
And I will say we need to clarify for 1 second.
Okay.
The rumors do not say it's Boba Fett.
Yeah, but it's Boba Fett.
They are very clear in not saying who it is.
Once again, let's back it up then, Ron. Let's give me any other possible explanations. And I sent you a couple today.
Bosk.
No, that's silly. Because here's the deal: it's either Boba Fett or a Randy. And if it's a Randy, like a clone,
they don't say it's a Randy,
or someone we don't know.
They say that the. Let me go through this. When it is revealed who Max von Sydow is playing,
they say it's
shocking.
like a big deal.
Yes.
So the reveal is going to be something where you're like, oh, it's Seal Bibble.
Sydow is sort of a mentor to Kira, and apparently his true identity is an Act 3 revelation.
Yes.
That will surprise a lot of people. The contention is that he is an existing character from the prequel films, and the revelation of his identity will shock viewers.
So let's go off the script a little bit. We've heard that there's going to be a spin-off film, right? The Dirty Dozen, Ocean's 11, etc., Number 7 Samurai movie. That's going to mostly deal with bounty hunters, right?
Yes.
And may or may not main character be the Max von Sydow character younger.
Right.
Bounty hunters. Main bounty hunters. Younger.
This is Dengar.
Dengar. It's Dengar.
Dengar makes a lot of sense.
It actually, he looks more like Dengar, to be honest.
Yes.
It could be, because here's the other thing. I made a big stink about, he couldn't be Bail Organa, because Bail Organa is distinctly Mexican.
Right.
But, the clone troopers are also.
They're like New Zealand or something.
Yeah, right? Like,
well,
it's a pretty big shift in a little boy.
I just want to read this directly from the spoilers, just so we get it down correctly. Yeah. Sydow's character is not overtly a villain, but has some sort of Sith connection. Okay.
Bubba could still be there, yeah.
Sydow's hideout is a downed AT-AT.
Oh, he's Savage Opress.
No, they killed him off. Oh. Relics of the war are everywhere in the film. There's a real feeling of the entire galaxy is sick of the deadlock between the fighting.
Which I really like. I think that it's a very cool allegory, for both today with, Middle Eastern war stuff, with, Republicans versus Democrats, and with just fandom, too, of just, like, no movement. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
let me get back to the Kira is Han Solo's daughter.
Yeah.
So, again, reading directly from this spoiler. On the desert planet, again, presumably Tatooine, Boyega meets up with Daisy and Sydow. At the end of the first act, Han Solo and Chewbacca take them off-planet in the Millennium Falcon. Shortly afterward, we learn that Kira is Han and Leia's daughter. Again, she keeps her identity secret to avoid unwanted trouble. Kira's revelation dumbfounds Boyega and, in quotations, other people.
And also, in the unwanted trouble thing could also go both ways. It could also just be like, I don't want to be brought back to my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So Han takes a liking to Boyega because Boyega is a defector, just like Han Solo's past.
Which we've never actually had confirmed in
Which
canon.
I don't even know if that's not canon.
That's not canon.
Right?
Although it would explain certainly why he knows when they dump off their trash in a Star Destroyer.
Right. Also, the story group is free to pull anything from EU into canon at any time.
Certainly. They have all kinds of powers.
there's classic lines. Han says the "Hey, it's me" line. Someone else says, "I have a bad."
Me. That one?
No. Someone
Classic
says
line.
the classic line. "I have a bad feeling about this." These are said to be the only self-referential smile with rolling eyes lines in the film.
Sure. Great.
Spoiler Man, who is apparently the originator of this particular rumor, codename Spoiler
I
Man.
used to have nightmares with Spoiler Man when I was a child.
Don't let the Spoiler Man get you.
Oh.
He will not talk about the third act. He does not reveal if Han Solo dies in the third act or not. That we should take that as him just not revealing it, not as, well, he's not revealing it, meaning he does die.
You know what? I know we all think that he's going to die because Harrison Ford wants out.
Yeah.
But it seems like Harrison Ford wants money more than out nowadays, right?
Yeah, right. Harrison Ford hasn't had a hit in a while.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to die.
He needs it, right?
Yeah.
So, two interesting points in the spoiler at this point.
Yeah.
Two characters make reference.
Whoopi. Oh.
Make Whoopi. Maybe. Possibly. That'd be great if they did. Make a reference, although probably not in the movie. I don't know. Nine Numb.
Yeah.
Nine Numb makes a humorous appearance. Like, I don't even know what to make with that.
There's no humor with Nine Numb.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, that would actually make sense. I heard a lot of people, ball camp being like, I've heard a lot of, this is kind of weird, but, it's weird, the quasi-racist stuff that's come out. I've heard a lot of people come out being like, you can't bring out Nine Numb in 2014. It's an Asian stereotype. And I was like, I don't...
Newt Gunray, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
We've crossed that path, people.
Yeah, it's weird because it's the character looks more like that weird little alien creature that JJ introduced in Star Trek.
Yeah, he just looks like a sloth kind of character.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like any kind of... I'm like, I don't see him and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it today and I was like, do I see an Asian face? I don't know. I don't know about that one.
All right. What about this one?
Yeah.
Lando is in the script and has apparently become famous.
Sure, why not?
Talk show host?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Or a slimy politician or anything.
Yeah, right.
Anything Lando is going to be great.
It'd be great. It'd be great if he's in it. I got to say. So,
I think it'd be dumb not to have him.
Sidetrack for a second.
Although this is from the same man who didn't put William Shatner in the Star Trek movies.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Some people would say that's a good move.
Sidetrack for one moment. Over the holiday weekend, rewatched A New Hope and Empire. Just because putting up Christmas decorations, kind of throw those on in the background.
Yeah, why not?
Right?
Good times.
My wife was sick. She's kind of on the couch, half in and half out of sleep. Mm-hmm. She's not a Star Wars fan either, but she's,
You go 4chan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I put A New Hope in.
Yeah.
She's instantly asleep. Right?
Nice.
I'm like, what? Whatever. Right? Put Empire in. Right? She seems.
Bill Cosby did the same thing.
She seems relatively engaged.
Right.
Falls asleep a little bit throughout the Yoda scenes, but who doesn't? Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
me. I fall asleep on those.
I guess the ones that where Luke is training, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the hut, I love all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love him just talking. Cause I just like him talking so shitty to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like that?
No.
Oh, you're not a Yoda guy.
I'm not a Yoda guy.
Not a Yoda guy.
Right. But the wife did wake up and seemed. I would say this. Didn't ask her point blank, but from my observation, seemed a little bit more than just engaged in the movie with Lando. Lando on Cloud City, well, what do we?
The natural aphrodisiac of watching Lando move.
Billy D on screen.
I think we all feel it.
Yeah, Billy. Yeah. I never really felt it before until I'm watching my wife.
Yeah.
And my cat also, for some strange reason. Both of them kind of glued to Billy D on screen.
Sure.
I'm like, huh.
So you're watching Billy D. You're petting your cat. Your wife's petting. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Let's all watch 4chan together.
Yeah. This is what happens with 4chan.
All right, so blah, blah, blah. Luke is secluded himself. He's in exile.
Yeah.
Interesting point. He has been training some Padawans.
So the concept art. This is actually the moment in the rumor where I started becoming not like. I went into this very like, okay, armor's up.
Yeah.
Nitpick time.
Yeah.
And I kept it on the whole way, but when I looked at that concept art as they're talking about it and compared it in my mind with the X-wings.
Yes.
On that Scandinavia background.
Oh yeah.
And that art of the palace he's supposed to live in.
The castle he's living in. Yeah.
That was when I was like, oh fuck, I'm in. Like, it's cool because it's like suddenly everything becomes very, everyone's always talked about Star Wars as a fairy tale, but like I've never considered the idea of like the concept art and stuff starting to take on a fairy tale vibe with like this new lightsaber that's very like knight, very like Excalibur knight looking kind of thing.
Right.
This like castle, they're on the Scandinavian thing, they're riding their X-wing stallions. I was like, I'm buying in. This is cool.
It's starting to connect.
Yeah.
Starting to connect.
That was this is the moment where it started to connect for me.
Starting to connect.
Also because Luke for me is like the number one linchpin to all this.
So Han actually always knows where Luke is.
Sure,
Han and Leia,
so is Leia.
Han and Leia are the only ones that have known where Luke is this entire time.
He's been abstaining from any kind of part in the conflict.
Right. Luke has grown to dislike using the lightsaber, and only apparently draws it late in the movie against the Inquisitor.
But he drops some shit on it, right?
Well, that's
implied.
The third act is still the 25% of the script that isn't really spoiled in this.
Yeah, and they say he's been taking on Padawans or apprentices, but we don't know how many.
Right.
And there are not very many of them.
Right.
And currently
we know one of them.
We know one of them.
Yes.
Because he has one currently. Yes. And it's the girl...
Lupita Nyong'o.
Nice work, Rob.
Thank you.
God damn.
I stay up all night and
Good work.
practice.
Repeat it. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, sorry to skip around on you, but they say that her and Boyega end up hooking up?
Okay, so yeah, there's a couple hookups.
That seems silly.
Going on in this. That they say that Boyega and Lupita Nyong'o hook up, maybe not in this movie, but later, as well as the Daisy Ridley and Oscar Isaac character.
Gross.
Yeah, well,
Gross. I don't like him. I mean, I like him. I like him, but I don't like him as a good guy. I certainly don't want him to get the girl. Well, certainly a girl as sweet and unspoiled as Daisy Ridley.
Well, we don't know it. We don't know.
She's wonderful.
We don't know. Apparently, Luke talks to the Yoda Force Ghost in the film.
Gotta expect that. Yeah. Gotta expect that.
And
because do you think they'll ever have the balls to bring in Ewan as a Force Ghost?
I've heard rumors.
I hope so.
I've heard rumors.
I want Ewan back.
I've heard rumors.
I want him back. I heard that he was into field hockey
into
players.
Field hockey players. There you go.
Yeah. I really hope
someone's gonna call in eventually and be like, "What the fuck is that? What is that reference to?"
Yeah, well, spoiler man knows. But I really hope Ewan McGregor gets back in this franchise.
I don't.
Why?
Because
it's the only way.
Have you seen the trailer for his new movie?
No, everything he does is cursed until he comes back to Star Wars.
Son of a Gun, I think it's called.
Who cares?
It's awful.
Piece of shit.
Oh, it's awful.
Everything he does is suck. Yeah. But, that's the thing. He has to come back to Star Wars to finish what he started.
All right. Luke has a big reveal in the movie, which is stunning.
Yeah.
All right. So the big thing at the end of this is not in this rumors, but it has been in other rumors, is that Luke does something bad at the end of the movie that's dark side like.
I'm sorry, I might have sidetracked you because I feel like we skipped over. Are we going to go back to the
We're going to go back.
circus and stuff?
We're going to okay. we'll get back to that.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Luke is basically does something in the third act that isn't
bad.
Is bad.
Yeah.
Possibly
questionable motive.
Possibly kills Han.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All right. Leia is the leader of the New Republic, and R2-D2 and C-3PO with her in the film. They're the comedic relief in the film.
How much screen time can Carrie Fisher really get in this film?
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like it's going to be hard to look at her.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, You know what?
She's gonna have that thing like in Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd, where it's like every time she's on screen, they have the Vaseline over the lens, and it's all foggy and dreamlike.
I hope so. I was watching Superman 2, the Donner Cut, with Margot Kidder.
Never watched that.
Oh, it's great. I'll loan it to you. It's great. Well, I can't loan it to you, but it's a it's a great movie. I really enjoy that a lot, but. Even at that point, Margot Kidder was starting. She was still beautiful, but like even that point, it was starting to look like.
I disagree with you there.
Well,
I don't think she was ever beautiful.
Well, there's a scene that I think is actually filmed. They inserted
nipples.
Yeah, they inserted nipples in all of her costumes. It's weird. So she'd be wearing a business suit. This is nipples, but no.
We get Superman vision.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie,
but just nipples, nothing else. No aorta even. No, but this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but they do insert a shot from what was originally a test screen thing.
Yeah.
So it's weird because they both suddenly become younger.
Okay.
But it's like...
That's one of Superman's powers, though, right? To suddenly make people younger?
Yeah. But they... it's cool, though, because it plays into the whole thing, and anyhow, that's... So that was when I really noticed. I was like, even within a couple of years, the drug use was starting to show the wear. I think it's going to be hard to look at characters.
So speaking of flashbacks, there is a flashback in this. Billy Lord.
Billy Lord. Who's
Carrie
that?
Fisher's real-life daughter.
Oh, yes.
Plays Leia in a flashback.
And this was a rumor that was spread by Carrie Fisher's mother.
Yeah, that whole family's just crazy-ass drunk.
Sure.
Crazy ass drunk.
Great.
Right? But Darth Vader also appears in the flashback, apparently on Endor. Why? I don't know.
And because Billy Lord's playing Princess Leia, young Princess Leia.
Yes.
Now, have you looked at Billy Lord?
I have.
Does she look like Carrie Fisher?
She has crazy in her eyes, like Carrie Fisher.
Does she have hungry eyes? Okay, I'm pulling up Billy Lord just to look for myself. But go on while I do this.
Yavin is presumably the rebel base of operations, and there's also a picture to go along with that where the Falcon is parked in a docking bay that possibly is Yavin.
Damn it. Billy Lord is also the name of the guy who plays Pippin or whatever in Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Billy Lord was also Madonna's daughter, but maybe that's just Lord's.
So maybe it was just like, it could have been any Billy Lord.
Yeah, maybe.
Billy Lord looks nothing like Princess Leia.
Well, maybe you're looking at the guy from Lord of the Rings.
No, it's a girl who's...
Put buns on her head.
It looks like one eye is a little higher than the other even.
That's Carrie Fisher for you.
Oh, there you go. Ew. I don't know, Ron. I don't know about this flashback.
All right, can we get into...
They say they're doing the flashback thing. This isn't in the rumor, but like they say they're doing... It's like a Paul Atreides thing from Dune.
Is it?
Yes. By the end of Dune, and in Dune Messiah, the second book, his powers have gone so far afield that he's seen the future and the past and everything at the same time.
So is Luke seeing this? Who's seeing this? Leia?
They're saying that Luke's seeing this.
Oh, okay.
One of the rumors that's spread is that part of the reason Luke's in exile is because he's kind of lost control of certain aspects.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So they're saying that the Han Solo archetype is split between the Oscar Isaac character and the Domhnall Gleeson. We get a mention of Domhnall Gleeson. Yeah, I don't know.
Domhnall Gleeson, who, if you Google a picture of him with the long hair...
Yeah, looks like Donald...
A tiny Donald Logue.
Donald Logue.
Which who hasn't wanted a tiny Donald Logue?
I wish I could download a Donald Logue app.
Can I just get a little tiny Donald Logue? Help me out with projects.
Have you ever watched Terriers?
You know what? I still haven't.
That's a must-watch.
I know it
13
is.
episodes.
It's on my list.
It's out.
It's been on my list since 2010.
Yeah, that's a must-watch.
I know. I love Donald Logue, and so yeah.
That is if you love Donald Logue, that's a must-watch. 13 episodes ends perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in and out.
In and out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I'm into this Domhnall Gleeson. He's one of the few actors that I've actually the new cast, other than Oscar Isaacs and a couple others that I've seen. He was in About Time.
Sure. Right.
And I thought he was totally fine.
Kind of plays a nerdy character in this, but with the long hair, he looks a little bit more.
He looks cool,
roguish.
Yeah, a little hesher. Yeah, I would. I'm into him. I think he should. Honestly, can I just throw out my speculation right now?
Let me just say this: the rumors say that Domhnall Gleeson plays a scoundrel of sorts. Go on.
I think that the Han Solo, Domhnall Gleeson. Like
three-way.
Domhnall Gleeson, yeah. I think that sweet 4chan three-way between Domhnall Gleeson and Han Solo. Yeah. Anyway, I think that the way they're splitting the Han Solo archetype between the two actors, Oscar Isaacs and Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah.
I think what's ultimately going to happen is Oscar Isaacs will go dark. I think he will turn out to be the bad guy, and I think that
funny you should say that.
And I think that Domhnall Gleeson. Here's exactly what I'm going to predict it right now.
Yes.
Domhnall Gleeson will take over the Han Solo archetype.
Okay.
Oscar Isaacs will pull a Lando but go darker.
Okay.
And Adam Driver, who is supposed to be setting himself up to be the baddest bad guy,
yes,
will actually end up at the last moment not being the bad guy, and will turn into a good guy.
Well, that is your wishful thinking.
That's my belief.
Wishful thinking.
That's my belief.
Here's what the 4chan rumors says about.
Let's attribute it all to Spoiler Man. Here's what Spoiler Man
says.
Spoiler Man.
Isaac is an ace pilot with the last name Darklighter, which bothers me. Because is he related to Biggs? Because Biggs' last name is Darklighter.
Sure.
Okay. So really, we're going to have a offshoot of Biggs who is
not a character.
Yeah, cut out of the film and then abruptly thrown back into the film.
I talked to somebody about this today. Is that like people who are big fans of Wedge Antilles and Biggs, etc.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's like you might as well be a fan of C.O. Bibble. Like,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Biggs had a cape.
Okay.
I'm just saying. That's a turn on for some fans. He had a cape.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. I get
and a mustache.
And
true. He wasn't Freddie Mercury. Go on. So anyway, so he's a pilot fighting the Imperial forces for years. Bit of a hotshot. Inherits the Millennium Falcon. Is applied to be Kira's eventual love interest. Adam Driver is also a force-sensitive pilot who falls to the dark side.
Yep.
Maybe not in this movie, but in the next, possibly. Only begins in episode 7.
Sure. Supposedly, he's the one wielding the large.
Well, that's what it says right here. He
tri-blade.
Builds his own lightsaber. The one we see in the trailer is referred to as a junk lightsaber.
Sure.
Which is why it looks different from that which we are familiar with.
Yeah.
People have gone on to overanalyze the teaser even beyond overanalyzing. And have pointed out that it's possibly the same hilt as Luke Skywalker's original lightsaber.
Great.
Yeah.
Original as in Anakin's lightsaber?
And the one that he lost when his hand was cut off.
The one that was given to him by Obi-Wan, which was his father's.
Which
Anakin's.
Yes. And people have also overanalyzed it, saying that is the lightsaber, and it has magical powers.
Well, hey, man, it might be imbued with some dark forces. Anakin was the chosen one. Everyone knows that. Midichlorians get on everything, Ron. You put a black light on that thing? Ugh.
Spoiler Man
it's
does
disgusting.
Not know that. Spoiler Man does not know that. The decision, here's the thing. The decision to give the initial lightsaber a crossguard was apparently made wholly by the art department.
Sure, why not? It's fucking cool.
I love that.
It's like,
that's my favorite one.
It's like, guess what? The art department also created Boba Fett.
Right.
You know
what that lightsaber looks like to me?
What?
You know when you are like...
Worshipping Satan with your upside-down cross?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, like an emergency flare. Right? Mm-hmm. That's what those things look like. They just broke a flare off and stuck it to the ends of the lightsaber, and they're just like burning... You can light some fireworks off that thing.
Super cool. Yeah.
And how is that a blade? Like, it just looks like a flame.
Yeah, that is the thing. I do wonder how... if it meets another blade, if it'll pass through it or not.
Yeah.
I did wonder that.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought that too.
Yeah. Interesting.
Doesn't feel solid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Feels like maybe it would whip. You could
whip
like
I feel like you could kind of like, like when you like are messing with sparklers and stuff, you can kind of get it like, kind of wiggling a little,
I hope he does that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of more like, what's those, the dancing, ribbon dancers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a lightsaber ribbon dancer.
Wasn't that in, I think there were ribbon dancers at the end of Phantom Menace, wasn't there?
Oh no, it's special editions of Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in celebration.
Driver wears a mask because his face is half cyborg. Everyone's face is half cyborg in this.
Yeah, I don't buy any of that kind of detail.
All right.
For the record, all the details like Chewbacca got a cyborg arm, someone's got a cyborg face, someone's got a cyborg leg. I don't buy any of it.
All right. So
because all that stuff could change on a dime.
We've talked about what I like about these rumors, this spoilers, whatever we want to call these, is it's tied the characters together. Right?
How much do you think Spoiler Man's Michael Arndt?
Oh man, what if he is?
Michael Arndt directing or aren't writing anything with Star Wars? Michael.
So it ties in most of the main characters, except for one.
Jar Jar.
No. Well, maybe. Close.
Dude, JJ is totally gonna have a Jar Jar reference.
Sure. Oh yeah.
He's got to.
Yeah.
He's got to.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, he has no balls.
Nope. This character you've already mentioned.
Boba Fett.
No.
Oh. Fuck.
Andy Serkis.
Oh, sure.
Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is so there's a whole plot point of like turning the Scandinavian world that they're on into some kind of massive weapon. And that Andy
the
Serkis,
EU fell into this trap a lot.
Yeah, Andy Serkis lives on this world.
Okay.
And he's
I thought that was where Luke lived.
No, Luke lives in Ireland.
Oh.
The Skelling Michael.
Northern or Southern Ireland?
Which one has the IRA?
Part of the UK, or is he fighting against them? Oh.
No, it's that Skelling Michael setting that we've heard about.
Skelling-Michaels syndrome? What?
Skelling-Michael. No, that's the name.
My uncle has Skelling-Michael syndrome. I don't take kindly to that.
It's fucking Europe. They have weird names of things.
Okay.
Skelling-Michael is a name of a place. I don't know.
Okay. So okay. So there's different places. Got it.
So Andy Serkis lives on the planet that looks like forest but snowy, which is where Adam Driver allegedly is walking through, whipping out the tri-blade. Yeah. So, and that's who he's looking for. And Adam Driver is looking for the Andy Serkis character.
I need someone to teach me.
Yeah. Andy Serkis is some kind of alien Sith, exempt from the rule of two.
Here we go.
Here we go, folks.
Yeah. Now this was where my hackles.
We're going down a path that we can't follow.
You're going down a path I can't possibly follow. So my hackles raised every time they introduced a new villain.
Right.
Like Inquisitors, I was like, "Rrr." And then they're like Adam Driver, I was like, and then they were like alien Sith exempt from the rule of two, and I was like, because
let me finish the reading before you raise your hackles completely, because
I
want to go with it. Andy Serkis, I'm going to read it word for word so I get it all right.
Okay.
Andy Serkis is some kind of alien Sith, exempt from the rule of two. He is implied to have existed for a long time. Very powerful, and is the speaker in the trailer, which has been confirmed.
They say, I don't know what confirmation means anymore.
Andy Serkis confirmed it.
Andy Serkis is
high on drugs.
Yeah.
Serkis is implied to have trained or used Palpatine for some obscure purpose, though this is 4chan.
Yeah, 4chan knows.
Yes, Adam Driver,
it's on the internet.
Adam Driver receives and builds a new lightsaber after meeting with Serkis. The Sith are not aligned with the Empire. Serkis's goals differ from Palpatine's. Serkis does not play or replace Darth Plagueis.
Okay.
So what they're saying here is we have this Sith character who's been on this exiled planet,
right,
for a long time.
Longer
than we've known, I guess.
Longer than we've known. Maybe exempt from the rule of two.
During the original trilogy, he was there.
Bigger than Palpatine. Big enough to use Palpatine, who used the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
But Ron.
Yes.
Did not train him.
No. Used him for some purposes.
Used him somehow.
Obscure purposes.
Yes.
And Adam Driver is seeking him out.
Yes. It's interesting to find that this is a character who has apparently laid low for a minimum of 45 years.
Sure. Right? Oh, yeah. Right. At least. Well,
45 years. I mean, because to say he was still interacting with Palpatine right up until Return of the Jedi. 45 years.
I'm saying 60. Like we don't know of this person in the prequels.
Right. So, exactly, Ron. Exactly. So, what the thing here is, that is as if I'm going to search out somebody.
Yes.
From 1940 something.
Yeah.
Or 1960 something. Mm-hmm. There's no zip codes. There's no anything. No one. And someone's obscure. They've been hiding there behind the scenes of power, Ron.
Right.
So, it seems to me it's a big stretch. It's one of those things where there's going to have to be... Did you ever watch the TV show Kolchak the Night Stalker?
I have not.
You have not?
No.
Okay. Kolchak the Night Stalker, it's a kind of proto-X-Files.
Okay.
It's got the dad from A Christmas Story. You know, the dad is always cursing and stuff?
Yes.
He's
his name escapes me.
Escapes me too. But he is the... he's Kolchak. And it's a great show. It's super well written. And it's always... He's a newspaper man here in Chicago. And he's always investigating stuff that turns out to be paranormal somehow.
Okay.
Right? And it's really well written, but the thing is, it's only 45 minutes long, right?
Yes.
So there's always around the 20, 25, 30-minute mark, there's a moment where Kolchak has to leap in logic, where he has to go from being like, well, the newspapers are missing, and there's a dog that's been barking, and it's got to be the ghost of Miss McMillan, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like there's always some kind of leap,
Sure.
So... The thing here is, if there's one thing that concerns me about these rumors, it's that Adam Driver or somebody is going to have a hell of a MacGuffin leap to be like,
sure,
I got to search out this alien Sith. When I first read this, my first big concern was, oh, great. Now they're bringing in a bunch of bullshit new elements like, oh, we mentioned, there's only a rule of two, but turns out there's this one thing that's exempt from the rule of two.
Right.
So greater, bigger, better.
Right.
But then I got thinking about all kinds of different things.
Yes.
Number one, heard a lot of rumors that Luke might actually be the bad guy, right?
Right.
Plenty of, Jungian theory, Jungian ideals here about the shadow self.
Yes.
Because my first thought when I heard the trailer was I texted you, I was like, who's in that voice? It's so super modulated and stuff, right?
Right.
And I was like, is that Hamill? And then it got broken as being Circus. And I was like, even afterwards, I was like, oh, what if Circus is like, the Ultra Magus to his Adam Warlock? What if he's his shadow self?
Do we even know what Circus sounds like in real life?
Who knows? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's Gollum. He's the ape. I don't know what he sounds like.
Wait, who did he play in 24-Hour Party People? Martin Hammett? The producer?
He was in that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that.
He's the big guy. Exactly. You didn't even know who he
CGI?
was. Yeah, he's the super big fat guy who is the producer for Joy Division.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. You should go back and watch it.
Watch it.
Great film.
I should
Great
rewatch that, yeah.
But anyhow, basically, bottom line, it came back around to, I thought of a bunch of different ways it could work.
Sure.
And then I came back to the point where it's like, damn it, at least it's not Darth Vader and Emperor again.
Right.
If we're going to go forward, we need new big bad guys.
Right.
So, here we go. There's a million ways it could work. A million ways it could go wrong, too.
This could all work. This could all play well.
Or wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Which is exciting.
I will. Let's just kind of wrap this up really quickly with kind of pointing out that the spoiler man says that John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, Domhnall Gleeson, Lupita Nyong'o, Chewbacca, and the droids become the new Big Six, which is weird because that math doesn't even add up. But whatever.
I was like, Chewbacca and the droids, that's 3.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense.
Or 4 if you count the
it's
roller
like
guy.
the big 9, right? Adam Driver, Andy Serkis are the Sith. Gwendolyn Christie is an Imperial. And here's the thing. Characters we still have no knowledge of are those played by Crystal Clark.
Who's that?
I don't know. Pip Anderson.
Who's that?
I don't know.
This is what I've been referring to for the past few months of the podcast is like the kids. I don't know who anyone is.
Christina Chong.
Don't know it. Pip Anderson. I'm looking that one up.
Miltos Yerlumo.
Milk Toast Yorumo. He's great.
All right,
Wait,
here's one.
Pip Anderson's a boy.
Here's one.
By the way.
Yeah. Here's one. Greg Grunberg. Is he really, officially been cast?
Greg Grunberg?
Yeah. JJ's man.
Oh, big fat Greg Grunberg. Yeah.
Big fat Greg Grunberg.
Sure, yeah. He's probably Boba Fett.
Has he been cast officially?
He's always in them.
But has he been a cast officially?
Yeah.
No. But has he been cast officially?
Sure.
You're such a liar.
Yeah. I mean,
and Warwick Davis. We don't know what Warwick Davis is doing.
Who cares? He'll be in some stupid costume.
Also, Warwick Davis made a shit ton of money. More than Harrison Ford.
Warwick Davis is a genius. The thing is, everyone... Not everyone. No, I guess no one shits on Warwick Davis.
No one shits on Warwick Davis.
Yeah, because Warwick Davis...
it's always a possibility, but he always manages to get out of the way.
Well, he made that management company for,
That's the show.
Yeah, well, that's also real life, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Well, here's the thing with Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
He has made more money than everyone in Star Wars.
Really?
Because he's a huge part of Harry Potter.
Oh, sure.
He's one of the teachers in Harry Potter.
Sure.
So that guy,
and he was Willow, for Christ's sake.
For Christ's sake, he was Willow.
I don't understand why... Here's the thing, Ron. Bottom line to me, beyond any of the Star Wars bullshit, and Indiana Jones and everything else, how is it we've never seen another Willow?
Because Ron Howard moved on.
Did Ron Howard do Willow?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's another win for Ron Howard, man.
All right, one last thing, and then I'm done with Spoiler Man for a moment.
Spoiler Man, Dance by the Light of the Moon.
You ever dance with the Spoiler Man? Spoiler Man says that everything he said will be confirmed and accompanied by more spoilers in February. Because
Avengers
in February is when all the British people who worked on the film are no longer contractually obligated to keep their mouth shut.
Wow, weird.
Yeah, so...
Seems goofy if you are Disney to be like, yeah, you can open your mouth 6 to 8 months before it's out.
Well, eventually they're going to be like, yeah, say whatever the fuck you want.
But, if you're making a contract, it's like...
Well, why
don't we just extend that 6 months so they don't fuck up our movie?
Let's just say this, okay?
No?
Well, let's just say this.
Okay.
So...
There's still laws they can't skirt?
I'm going to take the positive road here.
Okay.
And be like, look, this movie is coming out a year and a week away.
Sure.
All right?
Sure.
Maybe less by the time this podcast is released.
Right.
Right?
Right, Ron. Yes.
And, eventually, they're going to have to release something.
Of course.
They've released a teaser that gives away basically nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Other than knowing that...
Eventually, they're going to have to show a picture of Harrison Ford. Right?
And
eventually, they're going to have to show a picture of Carrie Fisher.
That's the big one.
They may not have to show a picture of Luke because Luke seems to be a big reveal in this movie.
Right.
Right? But eventually they're going to have to give away character names.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we don't even know if she's named Kira.
Right. We don't know what Boyega's name is. Right?
John.
Oh.
That's
so. And they're also saying that May 1st is when we're going to get the first real trailer of the movie, which makes sense because maybe not May 1st, but the week of May 1st is when Avengers: Age of Ultron comes out, and they're saying that it'll be attached to that. And that's a Disney movie, so boom, of course.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Bigger than The Hobbit, but not bigger than Avengers 2.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
What's bigger than that?
Yeah. So here's the. I read this when I first read it. I was like, "Oh my god, this all feels very real."
Yeah.
Reading it again, I don't know what to make of this.
Sure, there's a lot of holes.
I don't know what to make of these rumors.
Yeah.
It feels like they have the opening act of this movie a bit wrapped up.
Right.
Right?
Yes. It seems like they really do understand where it starts.
There's a crash on a planet with a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
Kira finds him.
Yeah.
She's living with an old man.
There's some kind of super trooper chasing
Han gets
them
them off the planet.
Right.
Like, that all seems to ring true, right? They're all going to go look for Luke.
Yes.
And from there, things get a little bit more sketchy.
Sort of anyone's game.
Yeah.
And really seems like no one quite understands what Max von Sydow is.
Right.
Other than
like where Adam Driver comes into play, where
or Don Paul Gleason for that matter. Yeah. Because like they keep like everyone talks about Don Paul Gleason, if they talk about him at all.
Yeah.
Is like he's kind of a rogue.
Yeah.
And it's like, where does that fit in? Like, there's a lot of goddamn characters in this movie. More characters than I think any Star
There are
Wars
a lot
movie.
of characters in this movie. It feels like the cast of The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like there's a lot of damn characters in this.
Well, yeah, you're following the good guys, the bad guys, everybody. Yeah.
Follow the money.
And, like, yeah, we talked about it earlier off mic, because I was like, it seems like they're going to have to follow a lot of different people. Did they really switch, perspectives that much in the old ones? And I guess they really did. Like, starting from the beginning, you're with the droids, you're with Luke, right?
Well, the thing that gets me, as we were talking about that, I didn't mention it to you, but, like, the thing that gets me is, like, Lucas's original idea was that the story is being told from the droid's point of view.
Oh.
Right? It's being told from R2-D2 and C-3PO's point of view.
Certainly.
It seems like they have really minor parts in this. So either we're walking away from it's being told from their point of view, or these rumors are bullshit, and they are much more a part of this. But I don't know how they fit into it. Like,
it is kind of weird because it's like
I get the handoff of the Millennium Falcon and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Like, I get that if it's like if Daisy Ridley is really the offspring of Han and Leia, like, I get it. The life debt carries through to family, so Chewbacca moves on.
I never thought that, I don't understand the life debt thing either, though, because that's not canon.
Well, it's canon though.
There's no one said life debt. Where has life debt ever been said?
It's alluded to in Empire.
Sure, as much as Han Solo being an Imperial officer is.
Right, but it's alluded to.
Okay.
It's alluded to. You have to take care of Leia now.
Okay.
That's the allusion.
But I always thought that was that's the kind of thing that you would say to your buddy, your hippie buddy who doesn't date. It's like I'm gonna die.
No.
Make sure you take care of my.
Han didn't say that. Chewbacca was out of there, man. He was just like, finally, getting away from this guy. God, nothing but bitching.
Yeah.
I know this goes there, and I know that goes there. You don't need to be telling me that every single time.
Man, I don't know.
But, I mean, as far as carrying the iconic characters through, I get, okay, you're going to hand off the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
You can hand off Chewbacca by family.
The handing off the Millennium Falcon is one I find hard to believe.
If Han dies,
that's going to have to be a circumstantial thing.
Han dies.
Yes.
Right?
Han's not going to be like, hey, kid, take my Falcon.
Yeah, here's the keys.
Yep.
Don't get a scratch on
I
it.
do have a prediction, though.
Yeah.
That the rollerball droid
isn't
so separate from R2.
That he goes in there, too?
Thank you, Diet.
I had that same thought. He pops out R2.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about because what you said was it's all supposed to be from the point of view of the droids and stuff. And the one thing that's consistent in all 6 movies is R2 saves the day repeatedly.
Right. Yeah.
And I was just thinking all these characters and this new roller droid and everybody, it's gonna seem weird if they're doing stuff and R2 just comes in, plugs his little thing into a port and, boop, 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 and saves the day again.
Yeah.
And it's and we've already seen with rocket jets. He had rocket jets in the prequels, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going to be kind of weird now. What are they going to have?
What if that is R2-D2?
And then I was like, oh, well, if he had a smaller version of himself or a little offspring, quote unquote, or something that he pops out of himself and puts back in, well, that'd be cool, right?
Yeah,
That'd be cool, a little R2 Mini.
Mini me,
Mini me
R2
Mini, yeah, that's cool. I'm down with that.
All right.
So that's my other prediction. So for the record, Oscar Isaac's going to make a heel turn.
Yeah.
Adam Driver is going to fake reverse, turn out to be good.
Okay.
Probably end up being the final Padawan of Luke Skywalker.
Next one side out is Boba Fett.
Next one side out is Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And R2-D2 and the roller droid are one.
Are one and the same.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
Well,
that's all I know.
That's all we have.
I'm Spoiler Man.
On Spoiler Man. Spoiler
there,
Man.
folks.
You are Spoiler Man.
That should get us some hits, right? I'm the one who posted at the 4chan, guys. Sorry.
And we will never hear from JP again on this show.
All right, folks.
All right, folks. Well, I think we got that out of our system.
So remember, Star Wars... Oh, you know what? Why don't we just repeat ourselves? We ran through it pretty fast.
Yeah, we did run through it quick.
So we are Star Wars Delusions of Granular. I am JP.
I am Ron.
And, sorry.
Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/SWDog or follow us on Twitter at SWDog77.
That's right, Ron. Feel free to go to our hub website, Delusions of Granular. That's Granular, not Grandeur, granular.com. Or call in and leave us a message. I'm really into that right now. I think you should. 651-33-SWDog, otherwise known as 651-339364. And don't forget, you can always send us an email, whether you're a sponsor or just a regular listener, at swdog77@gmail.com. And please, folks, keep the iTunes reviews coming, and whatever the fuck you do on Stitcher.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, folks.
Great.
Remember, here at Delusions of Granular, we talk about Star Wars,
we do not
hate about Star Wars.
No. No.
No hate. All right.
No.
Bye.